I love sharing indie games with you, and in today's video I'm sharing a new one, and this is Treasures of the Aegean. This is a new game being published by Numbskull Games, and it's being offered on Xbox One, Series S and X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, and Switch. It's also available on physical release for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Switch, and the link will be below for that. And so this is a great little puzzle adventure game with a kind of unique time loop feature, and I'm just going to show you a first look at some gameplay, so you may want to sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. Here we go. One thing you'll notice about this game is the comic book kind of style that they present this awesome side-scrolling adventure game. You know, definitely kind of, to me, like a cross between like a Pitfall and, you know, something like of a modern era adventure game. And so definitely it has a great appeal if you like those types of games. It is a time loop, and so there is a time limit to your exploration. So it's important to note that before you delve into this. You're going to learn some things along the way, so it's kind of a light history lesson as well, but they don't overdo it. And so it's got gorgeous artwork, very fluid gameplay too. And so you are a modern day treasure hunter exploring some ancient ruins, and you have lots of different ways of getting around. You can climb ropes and vines, and you know, you can jump off of ledges. It doesn't appear that you can die. The challenge with this game is solving puzzles and trying to acquire as much treasure as possible within the time limit. I really do like that. It does have kind of a different take on kind of the puzzle adventure genre and the art style as well. So if you're a fan of like a Sega Genesis classic like Comic Zone, I think you really like what they've done here. This is definitely more of a puzzle adventure game. And so what I've played so far, I really enjoy it. I really like the gameplay. It's different. I haven't played a ton of games such as this. And also, I'm not going to solve the puzzles on video. You're going to have to figure that out on your own. I want to keep that kind of fresh for people that want to jump into this. And so I really like what they've done here. The map is huge, so there is a ton to explore in this game. I found myself kind of looking around, oh, how do I get that treasure? And so that's kind of the fun, is how do you get as much treasure as possible to forward the story. There's 3 different time sequences in this game, and as you move forward in it, it'll tell you what's going on. So I'm going to kind of keep that for you to explore and understand. But I really do like what I've played so far. Really nice gameplay too. I'm playing the Switch version, by the way, and so the whatever you're playing this on, it's going to run great. I didn't have any hiccups or anything. And you know, these are the types of games that are kind of fun to check out. I kind of do like the time limit. I typically don't on games, but it adds kind of a challenge to go around and explore things. And so as you are progressing in this ruins, there's a volcanic activity, and it kind of adds kind of a sense of intensity. Really a cool feature. So there's different puzzles to solve, and you are going to go through this multiple times, and so that's kind of the cool feature of this game. And you know, for an indie game, I really like this. $20 for a digital copy of this on major platforms. Other cool thing is that this is being offered on all major platforms, so it doesn't matter what you have. You know, PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, Xbox One, Series S and X, or even Steam. And yeah, so you know, growing up with classics such as Pitfall, you know, exploring large areas, or even Pitfall 2, more like Pitfall 2, I would say. You know, this is a game where you're exploring areas and collecting treasure. I really like that. You know, Pitfall 2 was an amazing Atari 2600 game, or even whatever platform you played it on. It was on several. I do believe Coleco, 5200, yes, and even Atari 8-bit. So really a wonderful old school game, and this kind of has an appeal somewhat like that. Really like that, you know, intermissions. I fell, but it doesn't kill you, and so it just kind of moves you forward. Time is really against you in this, and so you don't have a lot of luxury to look around too much. It's really about getting through, progressing to the next step in the game. Map is huge, as I mentioned before. I wish the map was a little bit more helpful, to be quite honest, but you know, for an indie game, I think this is going to have some appeal for especially people that like these types of games. I do like the music. The music definitely matches kind of the setting of the game. The other thing to note is that this game will not hold your hand. So if you're looking for very clear objective type game, this is not for you. This is a game where you're going to have to figure things out and find things on your own, kind of making notes of clues, which definitely the game kind of recommends for you to do early on in the game. I gotta get that treasure. So let's see here. Yep. So I'll show you a couple ways of getting some of the treasure. Yep. That's cool. It's got some kind of cool comic book kind of scenes to progress the story. Well done. This is definitely a non-linear game, and so definitely would be something of an appeal to speedrunners, as you know, because of that time limit and you know, going through this game multiple times. I would love to see a speed run of this at some point. I definitely could see that crowd and people that are passionate about that really getting into this game. So there's different clues, and you take notes, and it's part of unlocking the story of this game. 3 different time periods, as I mentioned before. I'm trying to figure out where to go here. So yeah, I love kind of the climbing the rope and vines aspect of this game, where how to get to the next section. There's many different sections and environments in this game that you have to unlock and discover. Sometimes you're pulling a lever, sometimes you're pushing a stone out of the way, sometimes you're solving a basic puzzle to get that treasure. So it's neat to see what they've done with this game. So yeah, you can slowly slide down a wall of that. Everything's fast and fluid too. Really like the gameplay, as you know, I think it really is silky smooth and kind of adds to the charm of this indie title. Now, Numbskull Games, they do quite a bit. They've done other games as well. You may want to check out their site and see what else they've done. Battle Axe and Super Epic are just a few of the games that they've published. So I definitely want to hear in the comments, have you played exploration puzzle games such as this? Have you been following this? Is this the first time you heard about this game? You know, there's so many releases coming out on various platforms, especially fourth quarter. I mean, there's releases coming out every day. And so releases like this just get often overlooked. I love to do a shout out for indie titles such as this, as you know, they often get overlooked. And you know, that's unfortunate, because there's some passionate developers out there making some wonderful indie games, and especially quality games such as this. Definitely want to give it kind of a media spotlight, as I think it is a good game. Thumbs up for me. So there it is, the link below for more information about this game. There's also a collector's edition that's being offered overseas. So what did you think? Are these the types of games that you like to play? These puzzle adventure games seem to be very popular right now, and this is a cool one with kind of a historical theme to it. I had a lot of fun playing this. I do like the art style, and it's really neat to see these ongoing indie releases being offered. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading different content every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you have a good day.